Joe Boy, I want to hear you say yeah at the top of your voice at your loudest capacity. I want to hear you say yeah. Joe Boy. Yeah. Joe Boy. Yeah. That means let's all get together. We're all on one accord, or one accord. I want to welcome each and every one of you to our observance of Race Amity Day here in the state of Connecticut. Welcome each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. I know when we turn on our television, there's not an hour that goes by that we don't hear about Ukraine or Gaza or West and South Africa. But today is about peace. It's about oneness. It's about unity in the community. And we come here to celebrate. So we're going to begin our festivities with one of the most explosive and creative set of musicians on the planet. They are the Afro-Semitic Experience. Put your hands together and let's welcome them.
But as far as humanity is concerned, there's only one race, and that's the human race. Not discounting ethnicities and places of national origin. We do have those, but those things are kind of secondary. Those are categories that from time to time might mean something under certain circumstances, but right now, the category we want to celebrate is the music category, because you can't find humans and not find music. And since this is a band full of humans, we're about to make some music.
explosive they are. What a wonderful beginning for our celebration today. Unity in the community. We are more than fortunate today to have with us a representative from the First Nation. Won't you come? We want to welcome Brother Gary O'Neill. Come on and let's welcome him.
Thank you, Gary, for allowing me to say that acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the territory of the Wandong people and other indigenous tribes who have stewarded this land throughout the generations.
Thank you. So, my name is Gary O'Neill. My Native American name is Red Oak. And before we start, it's something that I usually do in front of the fire and welcome in the elders. So just bear with me as I go through my little ceremony. I go to the east. Now, my ancestors' hands are on my shoulders. I can go on. Okay, so I'm the elder of the Wangongs. And the Wangongs were here for thousands of years before the settlers, much to everyone's surprise. And I am from the Jonathan Palmer line, the only existing Wangong line alive. Or most of them were killed off or misplaced or displaced by the settlers. Our particular line could be found in Portland, East Hampton, Marlborough, Milltown, Hebron, so on and so forth. So, now, and many of us are buried in East Hampton at the Lakeview Cemetery. And one of the reasons I ended up being the elder is because I was the one that always went with my grandmother and great-grandmother to the cemetery, and it was not considered a sad place, but a happy place, and where I was to learn about other people's life. And so they spoke, and we shared, and very few tears, just laughter, I can remember. So, we also intermarried with, the Wangongs intermarried with the Thomases, Nipmuc, and African Americans in the area. We also intermarried with Venture Smith. Anyone know about Venture Smith? He was one of the first slaves that was interviewed by the newspaper in the 1700s and bought his freedom 19 years later. And fortunately, East Hampton has an incredible historical society, and they really had what's called a Venture Smith Day for 28 years, and I've been part of it for many years and enjoyed it. Unfortunately, the settlers misplaced most of us, but our particular line, we kind of were undercover, so we ended up, we're still here. So that's an interesting thing. And we were the original caretakers of this area. So we always lived along the river, and the reason we lived along the river was great for us to trade with the settlers as well as other natives such as the Tusks and other tribes. In 1790, there was what's called the Intercourse Act that took place July 22nd, I think, 1790. And that was to monitor the trade of the Indians with the settlers. And so that, and also supposedly it was supposed to help with the government and the transfer of Native American land to the settlers. So, but it was supposedly monitored closer, but that's a whole other story. As I reflect on the land growth, my point is trying to make a footprint in Connecticut's history. And the problem with being land growth and only hearing stories from your grandparents and great-grandparents, it was difficult because I said, well, if we were here for so long, why weren't we in the history? And obviously, my family had to explain why we went in history, which was painful. But many of what's happening now and how I'm starting to change things, I'm starting to talk in different places and talking about land acknowledgement. And in many of the churches' programs today, you will notice they're talking about land on property and where they are, which is a big move. So, also, another thing that's happening with the land homes, there's one of the best digs in southern New England, in South Glastonbury, and they're finding many land homes, artifacts as well as the settlers, but they go way back, and it's really great. Now, Middletown school systems are taking, not just Middletown school system, but Middletown is taking a different approach to the landlords, which I'm really proud of. My friend Wendy Nasta is here, and she has been very involved in the Wangong Wall, and that's remnants that the kids made with pottery and shards, tools of the Wangongs, and what they're doing, they incorporated it in a mural, which will be installed this year. It's just been finished, but it was installed this year. Another thing Middletown has done is we are doing art exhibits of Wangongs. We are doing a lot we're talking about the waterfront, which is going to be developed in Middletown, and we're going to make sure that we get more than a plaque and a statue. So those are some of our goals. But I really want to thank the coalition for inviting me, and more importantly is that, we were here for much longer than the settlers, and there's less, our history has been erased, our culture, and our language, all been erased. I'm just happy to be able to represent the Wangongs, and there are hundreds of Wangongs. We had a Wangong meeting yesterday with 11 people, so we're alive and well, and mostly in Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. So thank you for having me, and I really appreciate it.
My name is the Reverend Dr. Alban N. Johnson Jr., and I am the co-chairperson for the Connecticut Coalition for Interreligious Understanding. And every once in a while I get to speak for them. And I wanted to share with you that we are about the business of assisting the Wangongs in that. So let's praise God. Let me also share with you, there is no such thing as race. Race is a lie. It is a myth. It is a construct to distribute goods and services. No two human beings have enough in common to be called, all of our fingerprints, our eye prints, we've got, every human being is so different that there is no such thing as race. But we inherited it. It's here. It's here. And unfortunately, there's a lot of conflict between the races. We have imported a brother named Rick to come and tell us about Amity amongst our races, amongst our people. We'll say more. Come, Brother Rick, let's welcome him.
Thank you, and welcome. Again, welcome to Race Amity Day. I just wanted to just point out one thing. We have water in case you're thirsty. And the bathrooms, unfortunately, it's a little bit of a walk, but they're around the corner, and you'll be able to see them. Okay, they look like little outhouses or whatever, but it's, you know. Okay, all right. So why Race Avenue? Well, as you all know or should know, a lot of conversations have been going on in America about race. And these conversations have been substantive about who we are. Why are we here? For what purpose as to the reason why we're here? My small inclination of that is that each of us is to serve each other. We're servants of each other. That's what we do every day of our lives. We're here to be of service. We're here to learn about what it means to love each other. But it's not so much about talking about it, as well as actually putting it in deeds. Let not words but deeds be your adorning. Adorning ourselves with what we're talking about. Why Race Amity? It's a very important topic. Each of us has a responsibility of bringing that about. It's not about one group of people trying to make it happen. Every one of us. That includes children as well too. We have to teach our children every day that there's only one race of people. Okay? We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Okay? And that's not a social goal that needs to be achieved. It's a spiritual reality that needs to be realized. And how do we realize that spiritual reality? That comes through interaction with one another. Respect, dignity, honor. That's how it becomes a reality. And I'm not saying anything here new. All I'm saying is that we have to continue to have these conversations every day in our workplaces, home, on the Zoom meeting. Okay? I'm very confident that there will be reconciliation among human beings. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to title it as race. I'm going to title it as human experience. That's what it is. It's a human experience that we're going through. Okay? And so I want to just leave you with this one piece. I can bring it up. There we go. Just something to think about. We easily forget we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We forget who we are as humans and what potentials lie hidden within each of us. It is easy to see the divisions around us, and it can be challenging to envision a peaceful and just society. Race Amity is our path towards a peaceful, healthy communities when we have broken down the fears, the hatred that divide us, and the power of love for our fellow man and women is stronger than the false beliefs that darken our history. The other tradition, that the friendships that brought us a bit closer to E pluribus unum, is what we are celebrating today. Yes, there is still much more to be done, yet today we can take time to smell the roses, so to speak, and we are for one moment experiencing that Race Amity looks like, feels like, and it is a joyful spiritual experience. Let's continue that tradition. Thank you.
Now you can see why we love him so much. Ladies and gentlemen and sisters and brothers, in this particular community, in this area, we are blessed to have one of the most talented and gifted preservers of the tradition, who shares, encourages, and leads us. And I take personal pride and pleasure in presenting the one and only Dr. Leonard Epps. And I want you to make sure that you do what he asks you to do.
Good afternoon. I don't know if you understood what I was just talking about, but I was sending a message. I was speaking. And what I was saying is that it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to participate in this very important day. And as a father and as a member of this community and someone that understands the importance of coming together, this is something we should be doing on a regular basis. As Brother Reverend Dr. Alvin Johnson mentioned, I'm a former educator and also currently the president of the Brother Carl Hodge Institute for Violence Prevention and Community Engagement. And so this is exactly what violence prevention is about. This is about what peace is about. This is what we should be doing, again, as a community. So I'm honored to be here. Last thing is the drum is a perfect symbol for unity because of the shape, right? Because of the sound, it brings people together. But also, it's an acronym. The D stands for discipline, the R is for respect, U is for unity, and M is for maturity. And we can live by those four values in our day-to-day activities. We will continue to build this idea, this concept of trust and real amnesty. So, that's enough about me. It's about you now, because I need some volunteers. I need some people who want to come up and join me in celebrating and making a joyful noise. So, I have about 5 drums up here, and some other instruments. So, come on up. Five drummers.
Christian communities, and it's an honor to be recognized and be a part of that wonderful circle of people who really continue to be an ambassador for peace. So thank you. All right, so we're going to start off with the heartbeat, right, which is what connects us all, which is the same sound that all of us have ever heard in our lives. The first sound was the heartbeat. Every human being on the planet heard the same thing. The first, second they could hear. And that was their mother's heart. So we're going to start off with that rhythm, and then we'll take it from there. All right. No judgment, right? The drum is about what you feel, about your heart. So we're not going to judge, we're just going to have some fun. Okay. All right? So when I point to you, just do whatever comes to your mind and heart. All right? Here we go.
All right, let's say thank you to gentlemen and sisters and brothers, the Afro-Semitic experience. Come on.
How many of you are familiar with the African proverb, when you pray, pray with your feet? If you're not familiar with that proverb, as I was not familiar with it, you might have grown up with an entirely different story that also involves praying with your feet, that came from Abraham Joshua Heschel, a rabbi who walked with Dr. King across the bridge in Selma. But so did the man who shared that proverb, not just with me, but everyone in his autobiography. The late Representative John Lewis used that proverb in his autobiography. This song, My Feet Began to Pray, I was already writing when George Floyd was murdered. And so some of that song is about the past, and some of the song is about then, and some of that song continues to be about now. When you catch the words, please sing with us, My Feet Began to Pray.
It was on that Sabbath day, I stared at come one day. I stood on the bridge that day, and my feet began to pray. Black, white, yellow.
glad that you were here today. I know it's been exciting and informative. And I know when you leave here, you're going to tell somebody. I know you thought my mouth would play, but my speech began. I would like to present at this time my protege, a young man that I've had my hands on all of his natural life. He is a graduate of Hampton University in Virginia, and he has earned his master's degree from Syracuse University in New York, and he is presently serving as the deputy to the press secretary for the governor of the state of Connecticut. His name is Cyrus Henry. I want you to please welcome him. Put your hands together.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Thank you all for joining us today to commemorate and participate in Race Amity Day. As we gather, let's reflect on the significance of friendship and understanding among races, recognizing the transformative power of unity in nurturing a more inclusive and compassionate society. This day serves as a reminder of the profound strength of human connection, emphasizing our shared humanity despite our diverse backgrounds. It calls us to reach out, build bridges, and forge an enduring bond of friendship that transcends racial divides. While we celebrate Race Amity Day, we must also acknowledge the hurdles we face on our journey towards racial harmony. Racism, prejudice, and discrimination persist in our communities, demanding our collective efforts and the spirit of amity to comfort and overcome these challenges, thereby paving the path towards a fairer and more just society. Today is not merely acknowledging our differences, but also celebrating our common humanity. It's about coming together to learn, support, and foster a sense of belonging for all. Our diversity enriches us, and our unity empowers us. In closing, I'd like to share a personal story. During my early education, I attended a predominantly white institution where I was the only student of color. One evening, as I sat down for dinner while my mother washed the dishes, she asked me, how was my day at preschool? I recounted the fun I had with my classmates, learning new things and playing on the playground. I then paused and I said, Mom, I think God made a mistake. There was a quick silence as she turned off the dishwater. She made me stop washing the dishes and said, God doesn't make mistakes, Cyrus. Why would you say that? I explained that one side of my hand was brown and the other side was white, and I wanted to win. My mother, concerned, asked if someone had treated me differently at school, to which I replied, everyone treated me well. Yet, I mentioned to her saying that the majority always wins. She then asked, what color would I like my hands to be? After contemplating, I smiled and told her I liked my hands just the way they were because my palm reminded me of my friends at school. My mother explained that sometimes the majority applies to certain things. That doesn't dictate who's a winner. She affirmed that I had a wonderful day and that made me a winner. She never exposed me to the concept of racism. I hope the world can adopt the mindset of those innocent preschoolers where their only goal was to play together without judgment. As we move forward, let us commit to promoting a race amity in our daily interactions. Let's listen to each other's stories embrace different cultures, and challenge other biases. Let's reach out to cultivate friendships with those who may appear different from us. As these acts of kindness and understanding profoundly impact our communities and the world. I urge each of you to reflect on how you can contribute to the spirit of race amity. Whether it's nurturing a friendship, initiating a conversation, or supporting a community project, your actions matter in creating a world where every individual feels valued, respected, and included. Once again, thank you for all being a part of this significant celebration. Race Amity Day symbolizes not just a single event, but a lifelong dedication to realizing a world where race amity is not merely aspiration, but a lived reality for all. Thank you.
Now, just for a moment, I'm going to turn you into the black church, and you point your fingers at him and say, preach. Preach, really, right? When we are preparing, each and every one of us, you know we have Ben and Jerry's here, right? And while we are on our way to Ben and Jerry's, we're going to do exactly what our young man has shared with us. We are going to practice race amity today. In the meanwhile, there is an electrifying and provocative dance troupe. It's called Laya Linyasa, and they are going to come and share with us the beauty that comes to us from yet another culture. Come on, Laya Linyasa.
Good afternoon, everybody. So today, the upcoming dance will be performed by Hanisha Adpuri from Live Vinyasa Company. So Live Vinyasa is a non-profit organization that shares Indian art form around our communities. Hanisha Adpuri is a certified Kuchipudi dancer, and she performs in and around the Connecticut as a soloist and an ensemble dancer. The dance style she will be showcased is Kuchipudi. It's a South Indian art form that embodies stories from ancient Hindu scriptures. We thank our organizers for inviting Live Vinyasa Company, and please enjoy the dance. Thank you.
Is killed. This releases the elephant Gajendra.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come on, let's praise our dancers. Wonderful. Bill Thomas, William Thomas, and Terry Robinson, please report for duty. And while they're coming, I want us to really, let's celebrate Ira Williams, who's really doing a wonderful job capturing. And what about David Robinson helping us? This is Brother Bill Thomas, and he is the chairperson for the Connecticut Coalition for Race Amity. He is our leader. And Brother Terry Robinson and I are co-chairs for the Connecticut Council for Interreligious Understanding. And I think I just wanted them to make sure that you all know how much we appreciate working with you, producing this. And I would like to entertain a motion that we do this again next year. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Thank you. Okay. Well, thank you, Bill. Now, Connecticut, the state of Connecticut, is honored and blessed to have one of the most dynamic legislatures on the planet. And one of the effective leaders of that is responsible for legislation today. We want you to welcome Senator Anwar. He is the best in the business. Come on and say the word for us. He's a wonderful gentleman.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so honored and privileged to be in the presence of each and every one of you and the amazing work you are all doing every single day. This coalition, the Race Amity Coalition, we worked and they reached out and explained and educated me on the value and importance of this day. And I was fortunate to be able to become part of this effort, and I'm fortunate that we were able to put this legislation forward. In 2021, we passed this law, and we became the second state in the country, I believe, that has passed this law to celebrate this day. And I have to thank the Baha'i community from 1921 when they actually came up with the concept of the race amity, the race friendship, the race unity concept. And this is obviously something that if you look at each and every faith, each and every community, the elders, the ones with wisdom, the ones with understanding, not necessarily age elders, but wisdom and elders, they were able to say the same thing. And I want to touch on a few of those thoughts. There's a beautiful word from South Africa called Ubuntu. And many of you may have heard Ubuntu. It's just a fascinating and a perfect, beautiful concept. What it means is that I am because we are. I am because we are. And if we are not there, then I am not there either. And this interconnectedness is such a relevant concept that every faith, every community has the concepts that have touched on this. I can share a few of them just for the record and make sure everybody hears them. Our Native American and indigenous communities in various places have concepts of Mitakuyi Oyase. Same thing, we are a family. We're one people. Judaism has a concept of Tikkun Olam, which is healing, but we heal together. That oneness, that togetherness is part of the healing. In Christianity, it's love thy neighbor, which is the essential part of it, that we have to love everybody. And the definition of neighbor is not limited to somebody just next to you. And in Islam, there's a concept of ummah. Ummah is family. And the definition of family is everyone, but there are verses where the family definition includes all creation, the trees, the birds, animals, everyone is one family. And then in Hinduism, there is this in Sanskrit beautiful word called Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which is again talking about family, the unity of family. And I can go over each and every faith, and we can be here all night, but the concept is that we are one. And that is in the DNA of our country too. Out of many, one. And that's why we have to have a way of reminding ourselves every single day. But when we do this collectively and hug each other and dance together and speak together and pray together and celebrate each other in our perfection that has been created by the perfection, it gives us the energy for the remaining 364 days to be able to live this. And then we come together again. It is just another concept that is important. And the other hand I wear is as a physician. Race is a social construct, period. Biologically, doesn't matter. Irrelevant. If God forbid we needed blood, tissue, organs with each other, if they match, it's a done deal. Everything else is just the clothes that we're wearing. And because of the clothes that we're wearing, we start to look at ourselves differently, and it is just forgetfulness. We have to just overcome this constant thing that the society historically has given to us, that we have to slowly, gradually, and rapidly at times undo this. And then reignite our power by connecting with each other and looking at the eyes and the soul of each and every one of them, because, as beautifully said by my brother, that we are experiencing humans who are experiencing the spiritual life as humans. What a beautiful way to put it. I don't know that we're counting on going to get that more so. And so, again, thank you for allowing me to be part of this. And we have to do this every year. It started from the town of South Windsor. We are growing into the state. We're going to take over the world. That's really good. And I want to celebrate an organization. And this is from the governor, Ned Lamont, who could not be here. And I'm honored to be able to speak about this organization that is doing some work. And I actually am fortunate to be at times in the front seat to observe the amazing work the YWCA does. And I'll share a few thoughts and explain to you that they have become one of the most critical organizations, not now, for over 150 years. Over 150 years, they have been the voice to try and bring communities together and stand up for the women, the children, and girls, and create leadership at various levels, but also stand up when the time is right for everyone who is in trouble. Right now, during the pandemic, there were so many crises. And as a legislator, I would actually be spending a lot of my time with the YWCA because they know the issues at the ground. When it was time to stand up for the women's rights, they were at the front and center of this. When it was time to stand up for taking care of the children, the early education of the children, and care of the children at the early ages, when we had no support, no money, no funding at that time. I was fortunate to be the chair of the Children's Committee. They were front and center in a coalition to try and make sure that we take that as a priority. When our LGBTQIA brothers and sisters were harmed or were in danger, they were front and center, willing to take any bullets, challenges on their behalf to make sure that they're protected. And also right now, the people in the Department of Correction who are not getting the health care that they deserve as human beings, our fellow citizens, YWCA has been fighting. I can speak for hours on all the things that YWCA does, but Terry is going to come up here, and I wanted to present this on behalf of our governor in the state of Connecticut for the amazing work that YWCA does every single day. Thank you, and keep joining me in celebrating.
Thank you, Senator Alman. My name is Terry Fitzgerald. I'm the manager of Advocacy and Community Outreach for YWCA Hartford Region. And on behalf of freedom, and dignity for all. Through our programs and services, we do this work to address some of the most pressing social, economic, and political issues facing families, girls, and women in our community. We continue this work with the support of our local legislators, our community partners, and the community at large. And we will further this work in 2025, opening our Center for Racial Justice and Gender Equity. We thank you very much for the support and for including us in this Grace Amity Day. Thank you.
Senator, we're not done with you yet. It is my pleasure on behalf of the Connecticut Coalition for Race Amity and for all the citizens of the state of Connecticut, especially so many still need to know about Grace Amity Day. And just thank you so much for all the work you've done and that we have this official day in Connecticut.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Amity has created a peace corps, and it has gone all around. It's been in 35 different countries. It's been worn by 5,500 different people.
Thank you so much. I'm the founding director of Artists for World Peace, and we are based out of Middletown. So we are 22 years old. We're a group of artists from around the world, musicians and visual artists and performing artists. We travel. Wherever the International Peace Belt goes, we leave behind a humanitarian project. And in this way, we have what's called our Children of Peace family. It started out in India, where we took in two Tibetan refugee little boys, and they became our spiritual sons. We are their godparents, and they've been raised by Artists for World Peace. Through the years, we've opened an orphanage, which we call a Peace House, in Tanzania, where we've raised 24 children. So through the past 22 years, our family consists of children from all races, all religions, all nationalities, all genders. And I love our family. We get together in Tanzania, and I'm trying to bring everyone to America. Our government is not allowing us to do that. So we have a lot of work to do. We finally got our children birth certificates, but we are not able to get them visas into the United States. So we are not giving up. But meanwhile, we are building our Peace House in East Tanzania right now, where everybody will live together in peace. And it's a beautiful organization. Pat and many of the Baha'i that are here today are the inner circle of our organization. We're run by 16 women. We call ourselves the Council of Elders, and everything goes through this council. So we just use the arts as a vehicle to bring people together. The International Peace Belt, as Reverend said, has been worn by Desmond Tutu, Pete Seeger, the Allman Brothers at their last concert in New York City. It's been on Broadway with hundreds of Broadway stars. So the story is on our website, and our journey just keeps going. We're determined to bring world peace together through love, through unity, and through the arts. So I thank you very much for having me today. I love it. Thank you.
Lindy Black Mascot, and she is the leader of the Artists for World Peace. Continue spreading these as you have so effectively. We are also now going to call on another lovely young lady who has been gifted with the talent of articulating poetry. Why don't we welcome Alexis? Alexis Mitchell.
I have some poems that I have written throughout the years, and some of these poems are actually older than many of you in the audience, and some of you who are pretending to be younger. This one was written in '99, and it's called Millennium Pause. I have been to my holy place, and my temple has been defiled. I am recording these words as a wounded child. The ghosts of the past confront me now, because my ancestors have chosen to let them rot. I am crisscrossing this planet in search of my holy grail, and what I've found fills a rancid pail. I need my holy place back to offer sacred sukkah. Why have the heathens, cheaters, liars, and thieves made it a place of rancor? Give me help. Give me solace. I beg the expansive universe for peace within and without. Please, please, for all the holy places, give us peace.
So repeat after me, Pulitzer. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for your poetry. Ladies and gentlemen, my sisters and my brothers, each and every last one of you, please be given to know that both the Connecticut Coalition for Race Amity and the Connecticut Coalition for Interreligious Understanding, we are grateful for each and every one of you being present today. Your presence is exactly meaningful to us. First and foremost, how about all of the participants on the program? Weren't they, each and every one, splendid, splendid. So we have to, while you're on your way to get ice cream, we want two things to happen. Number one, we want you to continue to enjoy the splendiferous music of the Afro-Semitic experience. They will be played for us. But we also want you to put Amity into practice. We want, please, just meet one person that you haven't met before, someone you don't know, and make a new friend. I want to go off script and say this, that I never meet a white man. I meet Terry Robinson. I meet the individual. Meet the person. And all of that other stuff is gravy. It's additional. You get to meet people, and it's in meeting them and bonding with them that amity really happens. So here's what we'd like for you to do. Please, ma'am, please, sir. Just pick one person that you don't know and you would like to be friends with. And of course, it would be very helpful if they are different than you in some way. And so, for those of you who would like to have icebreakers, we have some questions. Then we have three volunteers who will pass out these cards to anyone that wants them. Come on. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And if anybody, yes, anybody that wants one, please raise your hand. And so you can pick the person. Now, we do have free ice cream for everyone, and we have music, the finest music on the planet is right up in here, up in here, up in here, right now this afternoon. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bless you for being here. Let's give yourselves a big hand and enjoy the rest of this afternoon. Now listen, you know that it started out raining this morning, but those were just drops. And the Lord dried them up, and here we are on a wonderful sunshiny day. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you.